So the NBA is a corporation, but they employ, we're talking about the players now.
Yes.
About 450 NBA players.
Ooh, that money. Them salaries.
I know, unbelievable. So of that amount, only 10% are non-Black. So we got 90%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 90% of the NBA players are Black.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a math whiz, but 20% of the NBA players are registered to vote. So let me get this straight. So we got the NBA players boycotting the NBA game, and only 20% are actually registered to vote. Something isn't right about that. So you guys are boycotting for change, but the one thing that you can do on your own is register to vote to invoke change, but you're not registered. What are we doing here? Why are you guys making this big stink and you're not even registered to vote? So 20% of 450 is only 90. Now, is that right?
I really hope the individuals that are speaking, NBA players that are speaking in these meetings, are registered to vote and have voted. Because being registered is one thing. You can register all day. Let me tell you, people at the grocery store, you register to vote? Oh, yeah, my name on that list. Ain't seen a ballot. I'm just saying, registering to vote is the start. It is not the finish. The finish is voting. Voting. Register to vote and vote. 2 steps. It's 2 steps. It's a 2-step process. Can we talk about it in those terms? Because you got to give people steps. If they know what they, I'm registered to vote.
Ooh.
Are you voting? Register to vote and vote. 2 steps.
Yeah.
You do 2 steps, then you can talk. You don't do those 2 steps?
Exactly. You can't talk. And what's the sense of it?
Yeah. Right. And if you are committed to the voting process, actually do the voting process. Mail in person. I don't care how you do it. Complete the process. You have not completed the process if you simply register. It's not enough. Registering to vote does not move forward. It's not a forward movement. It doesn't enact change. What does is when you actually vote. So I am appalled that is the statistics.
Yeah.
I can't believe who's speaking in these meetings. They better be registered to vote and they better be voted. What they talking about? You raising all this ruckus and you're not even letting your voice be heard?
Exactly. That's what's so crazy about all this. And that could be why they say, you know what, let's come on back to work.
Let's go back to work. And I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset. People going to work every day. I'm not upset about that. I get it. You guys are not the only ones that are trying to multitask, fight social justice, and go and work to provide for your family. You're not the only ones. So people are doing it every day. We can multitask. It can be about basketball and about social justice.
Yeah.
It can be about me going to my job and me raising my family. It can be both. And it is okay to be both. What I'm saying is if you're not ready, if you don't do the 2-step process, what are you talking about?
Ain't talking about nothing. Ain't talking about nothing. Just causing a ruckus and trying to, be in the spotlight. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. Protecting their brand and their legacy. I get it. You don't want to be the one on that. You don't want to be outcast. You don't want to be, not right now. Oh my gosh.
No.
We'll rip you a new one. You don't want to be on the outcast of that. So I understand why you can potentially be in a position where you're like, yeah, let's fight social. Let's just do it and not do nothing. It's easy. Anybody can lip service.
Yeah.
Come on. But actually do. Sometimes it's not going to be something that people will see. You just got to know it in your heart that you've done it. Register to vote and vote.
For sure. So check it out. Speaking of outcasts, now, in terms of, we talked about the NBA statistics already, but it seems like maybe there are a few people outcasted because right now there are only 6 NBA Black coaches in the NBA, of a league filled with Black players.
Mm.
6. We had 8, but they got rid of Nate McMillan very recently. And then poor Alvin Gentry down in New Orleans.
Okay.
So we have 30 NBA teams, only 6 Black coaches, and they're all men leading those teams. Is there something wrong with that? Is the math off?
Of course it's off. Of course it is off. But not only at the coaching level, general management level, ownership level, we can go on and on. We can go on and on. So when I talk at the level of the coaches, yes, there is a disproportionate number of non-Black coaches as comparison to Black coaches. Absolutely. But it doesn't stop there, right? Coaching is one thing, but being able to make decisions is something else. And we need more decision makers in the NBA.
Yeah.
And many corporations as well. So I'm hoping that was one of the NBA players' demands.
How come it's not on their it's not on their list of NBA action since the protests? That's what I'm saying. Like these little, like you said, these little fluffy agreements the NBA agreed to in order to get the players back on the court so that they can make the league more money. It can't be what the players wanted.
Can't be. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. And I'm hoping that this is just the public view of what's actually happening. Maybe this is what they gave us. I'm hoping that's not all. This is some of the highlights of our 20 commitments, but we're going to give you 3.
I doubt it. I think this is it.
Can't be. And it's only going to be is the temporary for the coalition, and there are all these other commitments until the end of the season. And will we go back to business as usual after the general election?
Oh yeah.
Because I want to know what y'all gonna do between the time you end this at the last day of the finals, NBA finals, general election, because the coalition is supposed to go up to that, right? So after November, between November and the start up of the NBA, what's gonna happen? Y'all gonna go mute? You gonna go mute? Am I not gonna hear from you?
Nothing.
Follow up with if you're gonna give it your 3 commitments, are you gonna share what your progress is with the fans?
No, they're not. They're not. This is all fake hustle, so they can get what they want. My opinion.
You know what, NBA, you want to impress me, and not that I matter, but if you want to impress me, I would like to see by the end of September, y'all tell me what your progress is. Give me a highlight of the three commitments and where you've been. What happened so far?
Nah.
And then after the election, how many people actually voted at your locations?
Ooh. Yeah.
And how did you help those particular cities and states where polling places are closed and there is no arenas? What did you do for that to help prevent voter suppression? How'd you do that? You want to make some change?
Yeah.
All that stuff, you could have saved it. So you did 3 days, meeting after meetings, and this is what I'm hoping there's more, and we just didn't get it. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay. All right. It's okay to hope, but I think this is it.
I have the audacity to hope. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, but it's just not the NBA, though. It's a WNBA, too, with the coaching disparity. They only have 2 Black coaches in the WNBA.
Are they females?
They are not.
Mm-hmm.
They are not. And I know there are some very talented female coaches. They don't have to be Black.
No,
there's some very talented.
I agree. Why do you think that female coaches at the university level are not interested? Maybe
I think they are, but again, it's just hard to go to the next level. It's hard to go for a woman. Now we're talking about gender equality and gender we can go into that too. But I think it's hard for women to jump from the collegiate level to the professional level and to be taken serious in the NBA. I mean, look at Becky Hammon. She is on the Spurs, right? Coaching staff. But when Popovich went out, I think he was I don't know if he was injured, sick or whatnot. They didn't put her, they stepped up Tim Duncan.
They sure did.
They didn't say, hey, Becky, in Pop's absence, we want you to lead the team.
Yeah.
They did not.
Since you've been watching and being mentored. Yeah.
Why didn't they tap Becky on the shoulder? So, I mean, we can go on and on about that. And that's just not in the WNBA. That's across the board, So that's another fight. That's another movement.
You know what are the demands from the WNBA?
Oh, ain't nobody saying nothing about the WNBA. Yeah, they boycotted, but I think they went back. I think they did a 2-day. Don't quote me, but I think they did a 2-day and they came out on Wednesday, the first day of the strike with Jacob Lakes.
What was their demand? I know they had some.
I'm sure they did, but we didn't hear about them.
And I wouldn't even be surprised if theirs were they had the same ones, but also had some different ones that relate to female, to a woman, right?
And so I'm still reviewing the list that the NBA provided, the little fluffy agreements. And I still don't see anything about gender equality on there.
No, we're not talking about that. Why would I, as a male basketball player, care about that? How's that going to benefit me?
See. Okay. Well.
Okay, so at the end of the day, gain or lose leverage?
They lost leverage.
I'm going to have to agree.
They lost leverage.
Came
back too quick.
Yeah.
They didn't give it long enough.
Yeah.
They just stay out long enough.
Wasn't enough. I wonder what the discussion will be when the games resume. I'm going to be checking for it. Watch these commitments. Watch it go mute. Watch.
Yeah. Yep. I'd have to agree with you on that. And so I'm hoping that, the players will be able to focus on the games during 2 hours that they play. 48 minutes turns into 2 hours. I'm hoping they're able to focus.
I know. I hope so.
Yeah, because I'm sure that was very mentally draining for them. And
not for all of them.
They're going to be rusty, but that's okay too.
It will be mentally draining for those who are invested. Right. And I just hope that those who are vocal are registered to vote and have actually completed the voting process.
Oh, wouldn't it be? Now that would be a plum shame.
Plum?
It would be a plum shame. If LeBron James is registered to vote and I check his voting history and he hasn't voted in the last, and he has a more than a vote initiative. Hashtag more than a vote. Hashtag more than a player. What is it? More than an NBA player? More than an athlete.
More than an athlete, yes.
You know what? Let me pull his voting history.
No. I can't take no more. No, I'm good. I hope I trust that he does what he said he's going to do. I don't know. I don't even want to know because the fact that only 20% are registered, I'm appalled. I'm appalled.
Yeah.
You think that you're just going to be able to talk change? You cannot just talk change. Change in some instances require changes in laws at the state and federal level. City, state, and federal level. It's just what it is.
It's just what it is.
It's just it's a constitution. That's just what it is. Right? So we can lip service all day. But if we're not making impactful changes in who we put in these seats.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about. See, right now is really big because this is an election year. Can you see me next year when we start talking about city and state other enactments? Can we still have these discussions? We're not.
No. Y'all
gonna be on your own because we're gonna be moved on to the 2020 2021 season. See y'all.
Yeah, that's a true statement. That is a true statement. You know what is also true?
What?
This episode is over.
Over. Yes,
It's
yes.
over.
There is no way that we cannot talk about it. Like, right, we're covering sports and our viewpoints and our discussions from the sidelines and not talk about this major event that took place in the NBA. So we had to just share with you guys what our thoughts were. And,
Right.
we can always agree to disagree. I get it. We all have our experiences that helps us drive how we see things. But I'm going to need to see some change. And I need to see some follow-up meetings and notes posted on NBA.com. Let me know that y'all actually moving in the direction that you say you're going to move. But I digress.
Yeah, I digress. All you guys, thank you for tuning in. You guys, the Undrafted Views. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. But until then,
Bye.
hey, see you guys.